All right. So, hello, everybody. My name is Bob Friedenthal. On LinkedIn, I'm Bob Holt, Holt. Friedenthal, Friedenthal. I always say that's the most difficult part in knowing me, is my name. So, I'm lucky enough to be interviewing William Peetoom. And William, why don't you give us some of your credentials, phone numbers, etc.
Okay, so I can be found on LinkedIn and just about every other social media platform out there. But for business, it's appropriate to find me on LinkedIn. Spelling is double E double O, just as you see it on the screen. Whenever you see double vowels, that's the Dutch influence there. So I'm half Filipino, half Dutch. I have a extensive background in elder care, senior care. I'm former president of the Filipino American Chamber of Commerce here in San Diego for about 5 years, now president emeritus, and have elevated to the U.S. Chamber of Commerce to support our shared business community.
Okay, how about a phone number?
Phone number, cell phone is 619-843-1664.
And an email address they can contact you.
Email address is going to be my last name, peetoom.wm@gmail.com.
Beautiful, beautiful. And you're located San Diego?
I am in San Diego, yes.
Very good, very good. So, uh, and from my knowledge base about William, he's what I call a doer. This is a guy that goes out and gets a lot of stuff done, puts people together and all that stuff. And you're in chambers. What else are you
Chambers
involved
of
in?
Commerce, trade associations, uh, active with the Council for Supplier Diversity, which helps credential the minority business owners to get that fast track front of the line status when it comes to meeting the buyers for those corporate military contracts.
Fantastic, fantastic. Okay, so tell us what you do.
So that's a loaded question. Depending upon who I'm working with, the majority of my clients are small uh, uh, individual companies that are with about 10 to 100 employees and are looking for ways to save tax money, incentives, recoveries. That's my space. So our current campaign is working with employees to help navigate healthcare to their employees by offering programs that are paid for by pre-tax dollars. So no out-of-pocket expense. The employee is going to benefit, the employer will benefit, and they're all going to net profit rather than pay out of pocket.
So, if you could, keep it somewhat short, what's the process you go through? You do an interview?
Sure. Well, I partnered with a lot of these nonprofits now as a partner to actually redirect some of the proceeds back into the nonprofit. So that's been a game changer because now when new members sign up for the organization, they're already getting vetted at the front door per se. So if they qualify, they fast track to my email and I follow up and assure that they're immediately being educated and empowered on these financial savings and incentives that most business owners are entitled to if they qualify.
Good stuff. That's good stuff. So you come in and you help them out, is that in essence is what you're doing.
Absolutely. So when I ran my Chamber of Commerce here in San Diego, the common thread was capital and accessing funds without taking out another loan and going even more in debt or giving away the company, giving away equity, right? Uh, so, so we tried to find ways to help the small business owner grow financially to secure the expenses and I stumbled across the Obama PATH Act being rolled out in 2015, and here we are, the fruits of his labor being, delivered to a lot of marginalized communities that haven't seen funding like this before. So I'm really an advocate for small business owners to access these funds that normally most companies weren't privy to or didn't know of. But ladies and gentlemen, this is not anything new. This has been going on for 40 years.
Yeah.
So it's been 40 years as a kind of hush hush policy. And, you heard that there were tax loopholes. You didn't really know how to navigate to them. And if you did, how would you even begin to start the process? So our company specializes in the R&D tax incentive space also as well. And that awards those companies that are innovative in the business model. So they're either creating something, or making a technique or a process better. Innovation, right? Making our lives easier and much more efficient. So easy test there is, does a company have a project manager? Right? What are they measuring? What are they managing? And what are they testing? That's a sign of innovation, because anything that can be measured can grow.
I've had clients over the years that do the R&D tax credits, and from my experience, the John Q. public business owner still does not realize there's money on the table that you can capture through the R&D tax credits. So it's a great, it's not a good program, it's a great program.
Yeah, I even have a testimonial from an assemblyman who clearly is advocating that if you don't take advantage of these tax incentives, you're going to be left behind, because this is helping companies be more competitive with money on the table that they already paid taxes on. It's just, if you've ever used a coupon or a rebate, right? You got to show proof of purchase and then you get your money. Well, proof of purchase is you went to market, you earned your revenue, you paid your taxes, and here you go, Uncle Sam, after that gut punch of 40% to the IRS. Now I come back into the picture and say, okay, let me help resuscitate you a little bit, and let's get you at least 50% of what you paid to the IRS. So for those companies that are on the fence of leaving California, are balking about the taxes here in California, this is what the smart companies are doing. They're leveraging the rules in their favor, and innovation is very favorable in the tax code. So when it comes to taxes and innovation, you're in the right track, but you need to be on a team that knows what they're doing. So we highly suggest and recommend, if you go down this path, work with a group that knows what they're doing. We just happen to partner with Business Group Resources, which is our partner in this in that play, and they've been very successful. Millions of dollars recovered back for clients, and this has a 3-year crawlback. So it's really exciting to get 6 checks in the mail from both state and federal, and then knowing that it's now perpetual moving forward. Every year you're going to be able to, get some of that money back, knowing that when you get that tax bill, it's not going to be, as suffocating as it initially was, because now you got some relief at the back at the end, because now you're working as far as measuring, and testing and reporting even more so what needs to happen so that you can get even more money. So we want to keep jobs here in the U.S. on U.S. soil for U.S. citizens, and it starts with funding these businesses with money, not points or credits, but with cash.
I always like my person that I'm interviewing to give us a very strong call to action. Can you put that in one sentence?
Call to action, yes. Contact me immediately on LinkedIn, because There is a statute of limitation. There is a sense of urgency because it was 4 years. Now it's 3 years. The government has tightened it up. They make funds available, but they don't make it easy and accessible. Now they're, limiting 3 years as a crawlback. So once you file your 2022s, 2019 goes off the table indefinitely. So at this point in time and juncture, you want to get your 2019s in before you file your 2022s.
Bingo, bingo. And by the way, for the listening audience, I'm an old tax guy, and I used to do tax resolution because it was so many people got themselves in trouble because they didn't file taxes or whatever the case may be. So I grew that company from one person, me, to 31 people in 1 year.
Wow.
And it was insane. It was insane. I ended up hiring 4 enrolled agents to help with that.
And you didn't have the technology we have today.
Oh, true. Yeah, very true. Very true. Yeah, this is much further down the road. So, but it's great stuff. Okay, why don't we do this? I think we got enough point across. Why don't you give us your contact information again?
Sure. Phone number is direct cell 619-843-1664. And you can contact me on LinkedIn. The name's William Peetoom. And I look forward to speaking with you. Let's see what's available and what you're entitled to.
You got
no
it.
recovery, no fee. So there's little to no risk if you don't participate. And then the biggest challenge is self-censorship. So don't cut yourself out of the game without knowing what's really on the table.
That last statement you just made is a very, very important statement. No, what did you say? No fee, no.
Oh, no recovery, no fee.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
so we can't charge you for something that hadn't been done, right? And so we're only going to charge you on the found money.
Beautiful. That's beautiful. All right, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Bob Holt, Holt, Friedenthal, Friedenthal. If you have any questions you want to ask about William Peetoom, or if you'd like your own interview, I've been doing this for a year and a half, and I've done over 200 interviews. So I'm having fun. I call myself a LinkedIn junkie. And I just really enjoy what I do. I love doing these interviews too, because what happens when you do an interview, a video interview like this, you can sense the individual by looking at their body language and their facial gestures. And that only takes about 15 to 30 seconds for you to render an opinion. If you'd like an interview for yourself, give me a holler. Phone number 310-736-5787. You can reach me at bob@mycity.com or catch me on LinkedIn. So thank you much. Thank you, William.
Thank you.